Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Inner Hill Tarot, and today I'm going to make a little bit of a different of kind of video. And today is for me is a ode to the Death card and the end of amazing, very fruitful Scorpio season 2022. So please do tune in if you like my videos, but it's going to be a little bit different today. Okay, so why is it an odd to the Scorpio season? Well, because this year's Scorpio season has been quite amazing with the Saturn and Uranus square, which is give us the capability of change in real life structure, really. And it's also the eclipse season where we're starting off in October 25th, I think, with the new moon partial solar eclipse and full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus in November 8th. And all of this eclipse season during the Scorpio season, which is marking death and change, is really giving us a big chance to reroute our life course without so much struggle. All we need to do is doing it, believe it. And as the Scorpio season is ending soon and we're going into the Sagittarius season, I would like to talk about the death cards, and that's being, it's a Scorpio card, the death card in major arcana in tarot. And yeah, why is it so significant? I think I'm going to say it from my own perspective, okay? But before I do this video, if you like my channel and you like the content of my video, please consider to subscribe, like, share, so that I can continue to do this and it will help my channel to grow. Okay, thank you guys. So basically, why I collect that card is basically it's starting from this when I gotten into the element tarot decks, and I realized that, so it's actually very recent, it's like 6 to 7 months ago, and I realized that in this deck he's putting so many death cards, death after death after death, and I see what it's all about, what is going on. So, and then I read the first death card in the deck saying things change a lot, so I make a habit of collecting deaths to represent the changes in life. And it's so true, it's actually every day in our life, death is always with us, actually. Like the change of the season is marking the death of summer, for example, but it's a rebirth of winter. And also every day we're traveling past along somewhere, we always change. Actually, we never do the same thing twice, even though it seems like it. For example, if we're traveling with the bus, today we're going 9:49 and tomorrow 9:48, it's never actually the same, even though it feels like Groundhog Day, maybe a little bit, right? And why the death card is quite significant for me to collect right now is because it's been very helpful to see the scenery in death. And I came from a culture where, like I said, it feels like a Groundhog Day situation life, whereas it's I'm born in a tropical country, actually, in Southeast Asia, where every day, sunrise is always 6 a.m. and sunset is always 6 p.m. and that in itself is actually make me feel like I'm in a Groundhog Day. There is no looking forward to winter or summer. Every day is the same. So now I'm living in Europe. Everything is very different, and every 3 months we faces change basically. And how can I do this, you know? How can I be in a phase of constant change without feeling overwhelmed and unequipped? Because yeah, because I feel that growing up in a tropical country make me unable to accustom to this, you know, renewal temperature. You know, for the longest time I hate winter, for example, because of course the, you know, we have to layer, we have to change our life, we have to, you know, wear boots all the time, whereas in summer we just going everywhere wearing sandal, you know, wearing little clothes, and we will be okay. And the sun shining from 4 a.m. until 9:30 p.m. at night, you know. So for the longest time I was in this feeling of chasing summer. I don't want to live in winter. But to see again and again death cards from the element tarot, actually, it's kind of give me a different kind of change and give me a name to otherwise very overwhelming feeling of change. You know, as I realized also this year with work with the death energy, I realized that a lot of time I don't want to face grief. For example, I used to live in Asia, and my movement to Europe, I never grieved that movement, and instead I'm just keeping go, 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 you know. As an Asian person, a lot of times we tend to don't want to feel grief, and we're just like, it's okay, it's over now, let's move on, kind of thing. And I think that's what I felt as well. But living in Europe now and seeing some of the death card, because I'm studying more and more about what is the meaning of death actually, while we are living, right? Grieving process is actually very necessary, because otherwise we're actually blocking the creative energy. At least it's for me, it feels like that. And I felt stuck for the longest time of what am I supposed to do next, in the term of my creative endeavor. For example, I used to work as a photographer, and I published books, food photography and stuff like that when I live in China. And my moving from China to Europe, I don't grieve it properly, and then I'm just keeping doing what is need to be done in Europe. I'm starting to live my life, build my friendship again, and actually my inner child feel really unhappy about that, and it felt like I somehow betray my life in China without properly ended it. But this Scorpio season, I want to change that, and also other habits by, you know, still sticking with victim mentality of my childhood abuse and childhood emotional abuse, sexual abuse, basically as well. And I would like to change that narrative actually, because I'm not that child anymore, even though that child's still living in me, but I want to have a different relationship with her. So reading with the tarot death card is really helping me, and also with the help of ayahuasca, the plant medicine, which is like the vine, vine, so it's a plant vine of the death. Basically ayahuasca means a plant of the death. You're like going towards death, you know, what is you need to grieve. And looking at all of the cards of death that I have so far, for example, it's a lot of things is really represented. For example, this undead card, it's symbolize the stubbornness of letting go of some of the victim mentality. Like I said, that's actually it's starting to become like an excuse now when I don't want to finish a project, you know. It's just because like it's become a self-critic or a self-indulgence in victimhood. Like, yeah, because you're bringing up like this, you're never being told how to finish a project or how to make a budget on things. Your parents never told you, they just say no whenever you want some things, you know. So but now I don't live there anymore. I don't have this excuse anymore because I'm a grown up. I have my own salaries and stuff. So this undead, the undead card is really helped me to see this victimhood mentality and how to deal with it, you know, with the help of ayahuasca and my soul family, of course, in the community. And for example, again, in the other ones is this grieving, very heartfelt death card, for example. It's basically the epitome of the death that I'm feeling about my life in China and how I'm busy being angry instead of accepts that my life there has ended. You know, I'm really angry about the zero COVID policy that being employed to my friends that still live there, for example. And yeah, there's a lot of anger, you know, because in China, for example, your favorite restaurant of the last 2 years can just close down because the landlord increasing the rent overnight, something like this. Or sometimes you go to somewhere, a neighborhood that you like, and 3 months later that neighborhood is completely changed into high rise of 50 floors apartments. You know, China is very fast, and it's kind of like drive you to think always on your feet, but never the time to slow down to actually processing what you've been gone through. And this card, you know, about grieving the death, grieving the loss of someone that's very special. It's yeah, in a way it's also helping me. The Scorpio season is really helping me, all of this shadow, this grieving that I haven't done. Yeah, so far it's all from the Aliman Tarot collection that I'm saying here, because I haven't gotten yet into collecting all of the death cards, because I don't know, the idea of magpie, I try it hard, but it's also still I still working with my hoarding tendency, I guess. And you know, doing magpie decks, it's actually really brutal to this habit of hoarding, because you really have to let go and very focused on what you want to collect, you know. So magpie community, Ali, the Ali, I'm so sorry if I'm not sending you the cards yet. I'm still dealing with these hoarding situations. So yeah, because this Scorpio season starting with the eclipse, I'm also putting the new moon eclipse as a death card collections as well, and yeah, as a marking. That is really beautiful marking. And the full moon in Scorpio, time to release negativity. And I don't think it's really negativity, and it's actually should be full moon in Taurus when it's Scorpio season. It's not in Scorpio, but anyway, this is for May actually. But yeah, it's to not release negativity, but actually to really deal with change. What is the notion of change? I feel, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to start to do my Instagram account for Inner Heal Tarot now, and I will reveal one by one my feeling of the death cards that I have in my deck, in my decks that I like actually, and it's not in this collection yet, because it's still a full deck and I don't want to break it up. But yeah, I think if you're someone who's have problem of letting go of things and harboring a lot of trauma feelings, but also don't know how to let go or where to start. And I mean, for me it's really difficult because I tried to deal with this harboring victimhood mentality for so long, you know. And even though I do a lot of yoga movements, hatha yoga, yin yoga, kundalini, and also I do the plant medicine, and I'm also studying psychology to become a counselor. Letting go, you know, the past victim mentality or the past hurt is really, really difficult. And it's, for me, Scorpio season is really the best time to deal with it, but it's need a preparation at least for like 3-4 months, you know. And if you someone who also work with tarot, probably do magpie decks of different death cards and really work with it with the intention 3 to 4 months before the Scorpio season, especially if that Scorpio season have a lot of meteors or have the Saturn and Uranus square or any other squares. Learn the astrology as well. Also with eclipses, it's a very significant energy actually. And also set and settings, please be mindful to yourself and be gentle when you do this type of shadow work, because letting go a lot of times is also self-blaming, you know. There's a lot of self-victimhood, self-blaming, self-criticism. It's really difficult to shut off actually, and it can only be shed with kindness to self. Yeah. Okay guys, I guess this is the video for today. Thank you so much if you watching it until now. I'm so happy that you're here and you subscribe to my channel. I feel I'm not alone in this endeavor to understand tarot and practice it as a daily helper, as a daily spiritual practice, as well as a tool of divination. Thank you so much for your time. Please do have a nice day and night wherever you are when you watch this video, and don't forget to subscribe again. And I will put my Instagram account in the description. I will do better in the description from this moment forward. Maybe in January I will start, because December always busy. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video. If you like it, please subscribe, share for people who probably would need it, and see you soon in another one. Okay, bye bye.